go! Look at her go! Good morning. I already screwed this up and I just got back to doing this Tuesday. It's Tuesday and I'm already really far behind if you couldn't tell. It's crazy how much is going on. There's so much going on, so much to tell you. But today we get to start experiencing something that only happens once a year. It's August and the Parisians are fleeing Paris like pigeons fleeing a sandwich festival in the rain. I had to come up with something that didn't involve rats because it seemed a little bit too like low-hanging fruit and dangerous at the same time. It's Paris, not only without Parisians, but without tourists. It's going to be a really interesting month. I have no idea what to expect. It's going to be very, very strange. And we're starting off by going to the Resistance Museum with Tanya. Some of you know Tanya. Some of you know Hillary. Hillary's mom, Tanya. Tanya's daughter, Hillary. Hillary works at the bar at the Peloton. You get it. Anyways, Tanya and I are going to go check out the Resistance Museum this morning because we're both very interested in that. And it just opened up. It's fairly new. I think, if not like pretty much brand new. So let's go do that, and then we'll see what we talk about along the way. But there's a lot going on. And switch. You might have noticed that the quality just dropped a little bit. Maybe you didn't. Maybe it's not something that bothers you. And you know what? You're living a happier life than a lot of us, if that's the case. Today I'm going to try something a little bit different. I've been filming on my A6500, my Sony camera. This guy right here. I'm dragging another bag that for whatever reason they just haven't shown. Sorry about that. It's full of packages, and I just kept leaving it with my camera every time I walk through. It's confusing sometimes, this life of filming your own life. Anyway, one of the things that's going to be happening if you weren't following along with this before is that I'm going to get a new phone. And actually I already have a new phone. I just haven't taken it out of the box yet. And that's what I'm going to do with you tomorrow. And the plan is to give it a try as a workhorse vlogging phone. Because if you're just tuning in now or recently, you may not know that I've done daily vlogs for almost 1,200 days. Now with a few breaks involved, but for the first 3 years, basically with no breaks involved. And the first 800 or so videos that I did were entirely done on cell phones. Whatever phone I had on hand was what I used to vlog and put together whatever it is that you ended up seeing on YouTube. The thing is that this means that I tend to destroy phones. They don't last super long because I put them through their paces. I use them as like full-time cameras as well as all the other work that you get done on your phone. I put them in precarious places. They fall from those precarious places. Sorry, we're out in the middle of nowhere. We can probably take this off. And this phone is no different. However, where this phone that I'm filming on right now, my Pixel 3, is different, is that it's terrible for filming for a lot of reasons, which I've gone into some detail before, and I can cover again in the future. But I thought, you know what? Let's give it one more try. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's actually great for filming, and all I had to do was give it a day at a museum. So I'm going to switch to filming with just this. Also partially because, what was I going to say? You wiped my brain clean of memories. I don't have a coffee, so I have to put this on. Also because I wanted to give a baseline before I start filming with like the Samsung. I'm going to do an Apple, and then I haven't decided on the third one yet. But now you know. Now you know. But we're going to start this way. Oh, the other thing I was going to say, but also because my bag is full of stuff, and this bag is full of stuff, and I can't carry this with me because one of the other bags that I have yet to open, I'll open tomorrow. It's killing me that I don't have it. Doesn't make sense? That's okay. Waffle, coffee, this is this museum. One of the things I've been doing a lot lately has been trying not to use maps at all when going from A to B in Paris. And today that looks like trying to find, basically we're going to the catacombs. We're not going to the catacombs, but the Resistance Museum is in a building that I don't know if they built it or if they just renovated it right across the street from the catacombs. And so I have that in my head, like as to where I'm going. I think we might have slightly overshot it, but I'm gonna trust that we'll find it either way. I think we need to turn right up here though. I think we went a little bit far. But I'm gonna try and find it without using my maps, because that's a fantastic way to get to know the city better. And for those of you that weren't on the Patron live stream just a couple days ago, I got another thing that I'm gonna be doing soon to get to know the city better, and I think you're gonna like it. Look at that place. Benefits to phone vlogging, I can see that happening. First things first, Space Invader. Second thing, we definitely overshot it, but not the direction we were thinking. We should have turned left back there.
So, my direction?
I think you were right, yeah, you're 100% right. Where I had us turn right earlier, we should have just gone straight another couple blocks and we'd have been there. So, just getting our exercise in. Anyways, we're almost. Tanya's off to get this invader. Let's see if I can zoom in. Right there on the foot of the lion. So, if you're ever, why am I doing it this way? This guy works better with the selfie cam. Look at her go! Look at her go! What a trooper. All right, so what? If you ever come down to the catacombs, which are over here, or the Resistance Museum, which is where we're headed today, there's an awesome lion here. It's like one of my favorite statues in the whole city, and Tanya's getting a Space Invader right there. So if you're playing the game, the Space Invader, Flash Invaders game, just so you know, there's one right there and you can get it. I probably shouldn't give them away that obviously, because that's not the point of the game is that you find them on your own, but you know, you can do it. Let's see if she makes it back. Anyways, we're gonna hop in here. We don't have tickets yet. We couldn't determine online if we had to get them online in advance. Most places are requiring that you get your tickets online in advance right now, but we just kind of thought, let's bike over and see what happens. I'm looking at the wrong place. See, this is why selfie cams are dangerous. I'll let you know a little bit more about what filming with this is like probably tomorrow. From now on, let's focus on what I believe is the brand new museum dedicated to the resistance during the Nazi occupation of Paris. Get it?
Yeah, so it's the Prussian siege.
Prussian siege, there you go. That's cool. I love that lion. Go for it.
I'm trying to think of his name.
Bonjour, c'est sans billet, c'est ici?
Oui, oui, oui.
Okay,
Par contre, il vous faudra
C'est le casque. Gotta leave your helmet with the vestiaire. That was really funny. And the line, if you didn't see the line across the street, it's insane. This, no line, it's fantastic. Merci, madame. Yeah. Not really. So there's a timed entrance for the temporary exhibit, which we've got about 15 or so minutes to kill until then. So we're going to go into the permanent collection. You can go to the permanent exhibit for free. The temporary exhibit cost €6 for me. Tanya's got special privileges, so she only had to pay nothing. And what's that?
It's not special privilege.
Oh, she's
it's
special.
Supporting a group, which is a really good group.
Are we allowed to show this?
Sure, why not?
It feels like the Illuminati. It's very special. I don't know. So,
And they support historical sites and museums all over
what's
the
the
world.
name of? What was the name of it?
NACHOS.
Look at that. So if you're a member, you can get in for free. I'm not yet. I'll see what I can do about that. But until then, it's just €6 to get in the temporary exhibit. So we're going to go check out the permanent exhibit for like 15 minutes, come back out for our 11:30 slot to go into the temporary, and we'll see where we go from there. They also give us these pens so we can touch the screens when we're in there. They've got little touchy bits. Boop, 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 boop. Right, to get to the permanent. Basically, the permanent exhibit, it's really nice. And it goes downstairs. It starts by following two men of different upbringing and station in French society and the paths they took through the war. It'd be really nice to stay and finish, and maybe we'll come back through it here. We can probably actually skip back to this middle point and go downstairs, but we have to go to the temporary exhibit now because it's a timed entrance. So we'll do that, and we'll go downstairs. What's your impression so far, Tanya?
Daunting.
Daunting?
Daunting.
A lot to get through?
I want to come back and see it again, so I will come back and go through each one, reading
Well,
it.
the nice thing is that it's free to go through this part, so that there's no pressure there. But since we're under time, we got to go in here, and it's really nice. It's really well put together, really modern, and you could spend a lot of time in here very, very easily. All right, let's go. Let's go see the temporary exhibit.
You know, I guess daunting because I've read so much about all this time, but you still never seem to have a complete grasp on what it was like to be there.
Yeah. Well, and also the echoes in history that we're facing similar times after the Spanish flu, fascist things going on in the world. It's illuminating.
Crazy factors leading to worse things. Yes.
Yeah. History is important, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're gonna go. I think we go in here. Well, if you didn't know it was going to be already, this is gonna be heavy. My battery is already threatening to die, so I'm going to be very cautious of what I take from here on out. That was really, really good.
The light moment.
A very darkness and delight moment for sure. That ends on a dark note.
Prologue of John moment.
This is the exposition of the Exodus of Paris. So basically from the declaration of war, the Germans invading Paris. What's interesting is they talked about the phony war, which I don't think I'd ever heard of before. There's a period where Parisians were like, oh, it's over there. Like, it's not a real war. It's not going to attack us.
It was a real threat.
And then all of a sudden it was there. And then everybody freaked out. And then it ends talking about how basically society fell apart over the course of a couple of days because the threat was very real, very present, and everybody fled, and man, it's crazy. And so it ends with people coming back to Paris, but under the German regime, and yeah, it's really good. It's really well put together. Dang. Okay, we're gonna go downstairs and finish the downstairs visit. I've turned on all the battery saving features of the phone, so hopefully we'll show you the rest of this permanent exhibition, and then head back outside. Catacombs, like aliases, like so much spycraft that went into this. One of the things that's really standing out to me, some of these paintings, like this one the Eiffel Tower, but it's what stands out to me is the street, just how empty the streets are. And there's like echoes of the city under duress that feel very similar to right now. There's a lot of echoes is the best word, I feel like. There are a lot of echoes through what we're walking through right now and what we're living through right now, which makes it both more poignant but also a lot heavier than I think it would have been otherwise. At least that's my experience right now. What do you think?
I think it's screaming shouts of warning.
A lot of red flags. A lot of red flags. I'm down to 1% battery. So I want to say thanks to my patron producer of the video, Jeremiah Reinmiller. Thanks for sending us down here. It's really cool to see. There's a lot to think about. I will make sure to film a little bit more later, just in case my phone dies, which is threatening to right about meow. And I'm impressed with how much I was able to squeeze out of it, to be honest. Don't worry, new phone starts tomorrow, so those problems are about to go away. But would I recommend this? Yes, highly recommended. Would you recommend it, Tanya?
Absolutely. You want to give yourself, if it's free, do it more than once. Go in to get the overview and then go back to
Really dig deep.
in.
Whew, there's a lot to dig into here too. Anyways, I'll wrap up in a second. Don't leave just yet. Somehow this 1%'s holding on just long enough to say there is an air raid shelter that you can go in, but you have to reserve when you show up, which we didn't know, to go into it because they're being very COVID safe. So I felt really safe the whole time. They took everything seriously. There was hand gel everywhere. They gave us these little styluses to poke stuff, like I said earlier. And it only worked on like half the screens, but it still worked on half the screens. So yeah, it was really nice. If you want to go do it, now is definitely the time because there's nobody around. It's basically just right across the street from the catacombs. So if you wanted to do a 1-2, that would be quite the easy way to do it. It was really nice. Tanya, I already asked you this, but you'd recommend it?
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming. It was good to hang out with Tanya for a little bit, and yeah, go see. I really enjoyed that. I'll give it a little bit. I don't know if I even need to add anything else, really. I think it was really good. It was interesting to see how Parisians handled the exodus and leaving. It was really kind of not shocking, but also shocking to see just how quickly everything fell apart. And it was kind of every man for himself, every man, woman, and child for themselves. And how much women and children in particular, they lost like 90,000 kids. 90,000 kids vanished in the midst of all that chaos. And man, we take for granted the stability of our society as it stands, and it's good to be reminded that it's fragile and we need to protect it. So lots to think about from that one. Do you have any parting words?
No, that was well said. That was exactly it. We need to not be apathetic.
Apathy is definitely an enemy to be aware of. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for sending us down here again, Jeremiah, and to all my patrons. As always, thanks for being here, and welcome to season 6. Tomorrow's going to be kind of a weird unboxing / explainer day of what the heck's going to be going on for the next few weeks. And there's just a lot of great stuff going on, so I hope you'll stick around for that. This miraculous last % of battery has enabled me to sign off, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning for whatever nonsensical madness is going on. See you tomorrow.